Welcome back to The Edge. Hey, there are some new features coming to GA4. It's the last day of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Are you using the two-factor authentication? Bruce Clay gives us 10 SEO tactics, spooky tactics to quit in 2023. And Semrush...
I thought that was a joke.
Best intro ever.
And Semrush presents us a study about zero-clicks. You're listening to News from The Edge for the week of October 31st, 2022. Here on News. Oh, God, Edge of the Web.
From the Edge of the Web studios, here's what we're looking at this week.
That's what you call a train wreck of an intro, folks. Everybody catch that? I can't fix that in post. There's no way I can fix that in post.
I was going to say, you're going to have to redo it or keep it in.
There's no way.
You chose the lazy route. We could have totally re-recorded the intro. You're like, nah,
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm gonna mail it in. All right. Just gonna roll. Let the rest of the world see
for
what we
those
have
of you
to
who
deal
don't
with.
get the joke that I made, go back to the episode we did with Greg Finn. Listen to that.
Yep. All right. So we'll do some cross episode production there. This is Edge of the Web Radio. If you haven't come across us before, go check out a different episode. This is not the one you want to see.
We're sorry.
I'm already calling it.
I feel like 50% of all Edge of the Web news episodes should have at least one interruption by me to be properly optimized.
I would love to get down to that number.
Again, I'm still trolling. If you get to go back to the Greg Finn episode, I'm still trolling.
All right.
Simmer
Mordy
down
behave.
there. Mordy behaves. That's right.
This is Edge of the Web Radio. I'm your host, Aaron Sparks, owner of Site Strategics. We're a digital marketing firm based here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We cover all of the SEO and digital marketing news of the week, separate from the interview series that we roll through each and every week as well. So check out everything over at edgeofthewebradio.com. That's edgeofthewebradio.com. My gosh, can I just stumble into this thing even further? Yes, why not? There's Morty.
Hi, I'm Mordy Oberstein, host of the Surf's Up podcast over at wix.com/SEO. I'm also the head of SEO branding over at Wix and a communication consultant over at Semrush, and the co-host of this podcast that you're listening to every single week at Mordy Oberstein over on Twitter.
Huh. Just
don't be a piece of cyber driftwood.
All right. I'm not even going to ask you how your week has been with that one. Yeah.
It's all right.
That's Morty. Jacob's in the production studio. Say hi, Jacob.
Hello, everybody.
Are you
What
witnessing
podcast do you do?
What a start. What a great start. We're 4 minutes in.
We are 4 minutes in, and it's a glorious thing. Thanks so much, Morty, to keep the professionalism up. Truly, it's right there.
Why I'm here.
All right, news article. Let's jump into it. MarTech from Konstantin von Hoffman. Google rolls out some new features on GA4. They add real-time behavior modeling, some more customization, and the setup assistance gets a big improvement. They just announced a bunch of updates for the GA4. Now, we've talked about GA4. It's coming. You got to get in there to be able to have historical data. Universal Analytics is going to be sunsetting July 2023. Their announcement this week, should say October 27th, they're including a big improvement to the setup assistance, real-time behavioral modeling, and some more customization features, and a new homepage design. So if you had struggled with setting up your GA4, it's actually got a good upgrade setup assistant where you can actually not only configure your UA, but it actually will be moving into an automatic space where it will actually set up automatically goals as well as automatically connect to your Google ad links that you already have inside of your Universal Analytics 3. Also has some behavioral modeling. This is designed to fill in the gaps in understanding consumer behavior if cookies go away, especially expected to go live soon. This feature will actually provide some real-time info on customer behavior while respecting privacy. So anything and everything that we can get from an analytics property that gives us understanding of user intent and behavior is fantastic. And it sounds like they're really upgrading the environment here. They also rolled out this data-driven attribution. The DDA will add custom channel grouping, which enables cross-channel comparisons of cost per acquisition and return on ad spend. So ROAS is right there in the dashboard. All right, so they also had a new homepage design. So they're going through a number of new features. And it's about time to hear some major upgrades because, I mean, there's been continued consternation of GA4. Now, and the memes are out there on in full glory of just how painful the experience is to actually get everything set up. And to a greater degree, it's not there yet. It's not cooked for prime time. I don't know if you had experience, Mordy. I know Jacob's been plowing away on getting everybody over to GA4, but thoughts amongst you regarding some of the upgrades that are being announced here?
Well, one is they pushed off the migration date, which is interesting, right? Where it was originally summer of 2023, and now what we're not. No, it was October of 2023. And now it's July of 2024.
Oh, they're kicking out. Oh, so there's still data that's going to be collected, but is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you have longer to move. So
okay, gotcha.
Now have longer time to move over.
They're still cutting off all data collection in July of 2023, though, right?
No, it's here. We recognize that setting up Google Analytics 4 to fit your needs takes time and resources, in particular for large enterprises with complex Analytics 360 setups. Way to plug their product there, huh? To allow enterprise customers more time to have a smoother transition to Google Analytics 4, we're moving the Universal Analytics 360 properties sunset date from October 1, 2023 to July 1st, 2024.
Huh.
Right, but
So
original.
if you're a 360,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's 360.
so if you're a 360 customer,
Yeah.
it gets pushed off.
You realize how much you have to pay Google for being a 360?
I wonder if now they're like, hey, that's a great way to get more 360 customers because now you have a longer time with
That's right.
regular GA.
Yeah, I don't know if you could actually, hey, I want to extend my subscription. No. You level up, that's $120,000 for 360 a year, annually. Everybody.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know the pricing
Oh,
on
it's
it.
crazy.
Just migrate.
Twitter, SEO Twitterverse, tell me if
Forget.
I'm wrong.
I just, it's, you know what? GA4 is the pain, but it's not $120,000.
No, I'll spend a few late nights plugging everything in.
I'll migrate you for 100,000. How about that?
Boom, sold.
Ooh,
All right.
oh, it's
Done.
20. Hey, I just saved $20,000 and 50% of my car insurance.
Exactly. We'll help migrate that for less than what you'd be paying for 360.
$119,000.
Sold
99
Americans. All right. Hey, we are proud to have Site Strategics as a sponsor of Edge of the Web. We're pioneers in the agile digital marketing methodology. Some of our core specialties are technical, SEO, SEM, social media. We also migrate to GA4. So if you're needing some help, jump over to GA4 with us. We also developed a pretty unique omni-channel media marketing and content curation process via this show right here. We incorporate some of the best techniques for content, broadcast, strategy, and execution. So if you're interested in what we can do for you, give us a call at 877-SEO for Web or 877-736-4932. That said, let's go to the next article from Android Police. I just want to sing a song now. The Android
Karma Police.
Well, I wasn't
different
going
song.
there. Got any other songs there? No?
I wasn't prepared for this.
Karma, chameleon.
Somebody mute him. All right. How to use Google Authenticator or Authy to keep your account secure. So here's the deal, guys, is that this is the last day of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. There's a mess out there. There truly is. And you got to protect yourself on a regular basis. The passwords, right, the LastPass and what have you are fantastic tools, but you have to be able to authenticate and lock down your platforms. I mean, how many times, hands here if you've seen Facebook hacks and accounts just being completely overrun. Hands, raise your hand. Come on, there we go. So you need to have these type of tools in place here. So check out the link that we've got. It's over at Android Police by Haran Adamu and John Gilbert. They go through a list of these different applications that you can set up. Internet fraudsters are always looking for accounts to hack in hopes of getting access to the valuable personal information. So history has proven that passwords are no longer sufficient to actually safeguard you. So even if the password you have to have your mobile device as a 2FA process here. So we won't go through the actual accounts. So they got Twitter, they've got Google, obviously, Gmail. It gives explicit instructions on how to actually set up the two-factor authentication for all these platforms, including Amazon, Facebook, Dropbox, Discord, Microsoft, and utilizing Google Authenticator. Good deal of great information and screenshots of exactly how to do everything. So from Edge, we're just trying to have kind of a public service announcement here, folks. Jump in there. They also reference Authy as an additional tool to be able to manage all of your two-factor authentications. This is no promo. We're just talking about security and safety. Take a moment, if you haven't done so, and just spend a half an hour and lock your stuff down, because whenever it gets hacked, it's really, really difficult, if you even can, to get that account back. Any thoughts around that, guys?
I use Google Authenticator for some data access. It's good. It's a little annoying because sometimes you open up the app and you have the way it works, it has a timer and you have a code that works for a certain time. And if you open up the app, you could be you have 4 seconds left before the code expires. So you got to sit there and wait until a new code comes. This is so annoying. But other than that, it's great. It's cool.
Sometimes I erase it.
Oh, yeah, you just push the
Do you really? You try, but it
yeah.
never works. You never get
Sometimes it does. I think the code works a little bit longer than the timer, is my guess. But I'm not sure how much longer. Maybe another extra 10 seconds. If you typed it in and then, couldn't find your enter key, maybe. I don't know.
I see.
Yeah.
A little bit of idiot buffer there.
Yeah. Which is good for me. So I need that.
No, you have to. I'll go through 3 codes before I actually
I've
stumble
had that
upon
too.
how to.
Numbers are hard, huh?
Numbers are really hard.
It's a little bit obnoxious, but honestly, the thing about if you use 2FA all the time,
right,
you could literally set your password to password, because then you're still secure as long as you maintain ownership of your phone.
Why don't you try
I don't recommend doing this. I'm just saying that's why it's so good, is that if someone were to guess your password,
right,
especially if, the hardest thing I think with passwords is having a different one for every account. So if someone figures out my Gmail password, they may have also figured out my bank password. You have it, by the way.
So basically, if you're a hacker listening to this, if you want to hack Jacob, just find that one password.
Just gotta find the one.
And you're good to go.
Except I have 2FA, so you're not good to go. You got to steal my phone. You got to cut off my finger to get my thumbprint. And then I have a different password.
Sounds like the Big Lebowski.
It really does. And how apropos for a Halloween episode, right?
Maybe I should just go around with bloody thumbs and just say,
wow.
I don't know.
So, what? I'm going to give you half the day off here, Jacob, to go actually try and do some of this stuff.
Cut off my thumb?
Go right ahead and see how everything works.
All right. I'll be back.
What are you guys dressing up for Halloween today?
I'm dressing up as a screaming frog.
Yeah, I see that. I see that.
Ooh. Well, I like that. That's good.
Exactly. He's got the screaming frog sweatshirt.
Oh no, it's killed by the green screen. Do you see that?
Oh no.
It's like see-through.
Oh wow. Wow.
Oh well.
Should have thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, the entire audience can't see any of this. And
but,
they're like,
but this is motivating them to go to our YouTube channel.
We do have this on the YouTube channel. I mean, that's the whole thing. And
yeah, do even stop. If you're in your car, stop listening.
Pull over.
Wait till you get to your office.
If you're on a highway, use your blinkers, please. Put on your hazards. Pull over. You can pretend you're changing a tire and
go
watch
to YouTube.
Yeah, watch us on YouTube.
Watch us on YouTube, and unless you've got bloody thumbs, if you have bloody thumbs, please get yourself to a medical professional.
Yeah, and change all your passwords.
And if you're Tom Brady, if you're Tom Brady, don't go to YouTube and watch us. Go spend time with your children.
Please.
Ouch.
Another public service announcement.
I had to get a Tom Brady zinger in there.
That wasn't even a public service announcement. That was a Brady service announcement right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what Tom Brady didn't dress up for Halloween? As a father.
Oh.
Oh.
Haters gotta hate, man. Yeah, he's pretty much a schlep. Oh, that's terrible. All right, so we'll have a link for the Tom Brady fiasco out there, and if you didn't catch last week's fiasco with Ted Cruz at the Yankees, we'll probably put that link out there as well.
It was great.
He also went on The View that same day.
Stuck up for punishment.
I'm saying he's like going through the gauntlet.
Did the ladies on The View treat him the same way as the fans?
Oh my gosh,
They
they did. I mean, literally, the crowd was
Whoopi Goldberg's like, get the out of here.
The crowd was screaming at him, F-bombing. It was terrible.
Great.
There's civilization right there for you at its finest.
Ted Cruz? Highly doubt it.
All right. Hey, Bruce Clay has an article over at Search Engine Land. We wanted to go into 10 spooky SEO tactics to axe in 2023. It's almost 2023, and if you're involved in buying links, that's the scariest bloody thing, right? Any of these 10 things that Bruce says is scary enough. So, a couple of things. I won't go through the whole 10. Well, here's all 10. All right, here it is. Not getting buy-in.
Why do you do this to me?
I just want to see how you can keep it together during this entire thing. All right. Not getting buy-in from the top. Right? Not getting SEO strategy.
That only applies in 2023.
Oh, okay.
Apply to 2022.
Hiring people that know less SEO than you.
You're saying you should do that?
No, these are mistakes that you should not do.
Oh, okay. That's not obvious.
Being sure that you have a plan that will stick.
Okay.
Right. All right. Running 4-week sprints and then reevaluate. And giving SEO advice and then not implementing it. How about that? I think you have a horror story where you actually gave some SEO advice.
No, yeah, you know.
I'm getting the sense that you're not a huge Bruce Clay fan, man. Come on.
I don't know him personally. I just like he's writing content to put his name out there, and it's like they're giving him a platform for some reason to do it, probably because he's a sponsor.
Oh, jeez.
Something or other.
All right. Why don't we just button this thing up? I'll give you a few more things here. Ignoring hard changes.
Run through the whole list. No.
Ignoring hard changes. When faced with business silos, competing priorities, and a lack of resources, it may seem impossible to get the hard changes done to a website. How about thinking any content is good content? There's one for you to swing at. Come on. No?
That one's not, out of all of them, that one's not, the worst. I gotta say, like, but this is unique for 2023.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think it's just the listicle.
So these things were fine in 2021 and 2022.
No, these are the things you should make an effort to get.
Like, what does 2023 have to do with anything?
Because we're close to it. We are closer to 2023 than we are.
It's November 1st tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 2 months away.
But it's spooky. These things are spooky.
Yeah, the headline said it was spooky.
I don't understand. Maybe I'm not a smart man.
Well, at the end of this, you know what?
Fine.
Buying links.
Buying links.
That's horrific. You should never do that. And if you're doing it in 2022,
but like that's like old, not new.
Is this new? I'm going to start using some of SERP's up sound effects over here. We've got a bank.
I'll say
here.
this.
Yeah.
Buying links is still something that people new to the game might think is an appropriate way to deal with it.
Okay. So you're saying I'm wrong. You're saying he's writing these things for like really just like beginners.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
So maybe I'm wrong. He's not just spitting out content to get himself out there and get some leads. Not what's happening.
Correct.
You are correct that you could very well be not wrong.
Exactly.
Or
wait, you're saying I'm correct or he's correct?
Yes.
Exactly.
Correct.
Okay. Are you on Bruce's payroll too?
Hey, we're proud to actually have InLinks.
Bruce Clay
as a sponsor of Edge of the Web. Did you know that entities play a major role in how search engines understand and rank content on the web? Optimizing your content solely for keywords is a thing of the past. And don't buy links either. Go over to inlinks.net, an award-winning entity SEO application. They provide some expert-level data about things, about entities that you can actually build into your content and be able to have a much better understanding of the context in which subject matter is out there. Go over the Keyword Manager tool as well, because they have some fantastic discovery tools around customer intent, as it's actually pivotal against verb choices as well. That's huge, and I haven't seen that in the marketplace. Go to edgeofthewebradio.com/inlinks today to claim your free InLinks account and start creating content that will outperform your competitors. All right. That was no admission at all, Bruce Clay. He realized that. I just had to move on because it just looked like we were stalled.
I don't know why do you do these things to me?
Because you're there.
Nothing against that article in particular, but we could have taken any article. 5 ways to whatever. 3 tactics to, shove up your rear end. Whatever it is.
Well, hang on.
No.
Back it up.
No, absolutely not. Keep on moving. We are not looking around. We're going straight ahead. All right. Got a fourth news article for you folks. From Semrush, the Semrush blog, from Marcus Tober. You know Marcus over there. Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
I
so
do.
Let's,
Great guy.
let's jump into this thing because this actually is sizable data, a brand
there
new
we go.
study.
Now we get into some substance.
Okay. Zero clicks study. The phenomenon of zero clicks in search is leaving many, many marketers wondering how their target customers are acting, and they're grappling with how best to appeal to them online. So, this topic about zero clicks, give us the preamble here, Mordy. What has been the contention about zero clicks when it comes down to either paid ads or organic?
So, I don't know, again, not good with years. Going to say 2016, maybe 2017, could be 2018. I think it's early in 2018 for sure. Got to be, right? Grant Fishkin over at Sparktoro used jump shot data to show something like 50% of all searches do not result in a click. They need
Actually,
a
it's
follow-up
closer to
study a year or two
65%,
after.
actually.
That was the follow-up.
Oh, okay,
That was that now it came out, it's more, it's 65%. The problem I've always had with that study, and it's not a critique of the study you ran, like I think it started an interesting conversation around the topic, though I think it could lack a little bit of nuance, right?
Right. We
So
talked
you
about
have
that, yeah.
people going to Google, entering a keyword, and they're not clicking. But there's many reasons. The contention that Rand has, well, it means that Google's offering the answer. Like you type in, what was the score of the Steelers game? It was 35-13. They got killed. They suck. And Google's giving you the answer. And you don't need to go to ESPN to find the answer. Google's stealing clicks. Okay, that's one thing.
That's
We'll
one
get to that in a
perspective,
second.
right?
That's one perspective. Like they're stealing a click, right? Because in my honest opinion, they're not stealing that click. You never deserve that click because user expectation around content is that kind of content should be very, very instantaneous. And Google is giving people what they want. No one wants to go to a website to get them. You type in what's the weather outside right now.
Right.
You don't want to have to go to either your window or a website. You don't want to go to Google and get the answer immediately.
And fast forward this into 2022, into 2023, whenever we're dealing with so many changes of the SERP real estate, right? Barry's throwing that out there all the time. You're commenting all the time on how things are changing in the environment. Zero clicks, not zero click, or even perspective of zero click if the environment and what Google's actually offering is answering questions and queries so much more from the transactional side of things, so much more that the consumers experience and kind of their digital evolutions changing right here of what they should
it's
be
what
doing.
you expect.
Right.
The way it compared is back in the day, 10 years ago, the novelty of the web was the point where there's so much information. I don't need to go to a library to dig through an index and sort through 40 million books and find the answer. It's pretty, easy to access all this information.
Right.
That's not novel anymore. So what do you expect? That it's going to stay like that? That's the novelty of the web is going to be that forever? No, the novelty of the web now is how accessible the information is, or how super instantaneous the information is. And there are many other novelties of the web as well.
So
it's the only one.
The study jumps into 20,000 unique users that they connect with through third-party providers so they can actually see clickstream information. And their goal was to actually avoid generic views based on a large-scale study and create new and more possibly valuable insights into this particular question. So they went after desktop and mobile. They actually studied 308,000 queries on desktop and 146,000 on mobile, right? There's just the breakdown of the data, okay?
Right. And what they're saying there is, I think that's Semrush's way into the credit of saying the last study was great, but it's not nuanced enough. In other words, when the user goes and they don't click, is it because they got the answer?
Right.
Or perhaps they went to image search instead.
Exactly.
Perhaps they refined the query instead. So what does it mean zero click? And the original jump shot data didn't show anything about that. So the Semrush data does do that, which makes it very unique.
Absolutely. And it pulls in all of the different domains of Google, images.shopping. Pulls all that into question. So you can actually start seeing the behavior, to your point, much more nuanced. You can actually see on top of that,
right,
as people pivot, right, towards a different query, they also had a tool that was actually a 0-to-1 analysis of the similarity of the queries themselves to see if people are actually refining their queries or jumping into a whole other not even a non sequitur, but breaking away from that. So it could very well be that the initial query with the information that was being propagated on the screen got them to jump past a refinement into a whole nother area because what they thought they were looking for wasn't the case. They actually picked up and moved into a whole nother space of image or shopping interaction and the like. So
right. So yeah, so they track like when you move from Google the main search to image search or to shopping.
Yep.
So that'd be like when you look up the Steelers score, you don't click on anything and then you refine it to why did the Steelers suck?
Yeah.
And then click on something there.
Yeah.
Does that count as a
or you click on or you click on like one of the, there's a carousel of the roster of the team. You're like, all right, the Steelers suck. Hey, which one do you suck?
The worst.
And you click on one of the players.
So they studied organic clicks, paid clicks, Google clicks, and this is the essence of the entire study here. They're looking at the interaction at the Google search or the SERP level, right? So they're looking at
right. So if you clicked on a carousel card and went to a new SERP,
right, and featured snippets and all of the different pieces of real estate that are on the SERP, right, and seeing what came from that particular query, and they're looking at other zero clicks as well that are inside that 2-minute mark of study. So. Long story short,
so that was the benchmark.
Yep. That
was
inside 2 minutes.
It was, but they said there's two different ways they characterize. This is what it is a little bit confusing. They said you could be that you just refined the query, or move to image search, right? And that's one type of zero click. Included in that is where you might have gotten your answer in the feature snippet or whatever it is. And then they said, okay, if you didn't do anything, like your time, I think where they tracked for 2 minutes and you did nothing, then it must be you got your answer right on the results page.
Right.
So if you add all of those two categories up, it's around like 40-something%. But within that is also refinement or moving to image search or to shopping. So the actual number of zero clicks, they don't really give you the exact number, but at max it's 45. Something like that. And it's obviously going to be way less because what they include in that category.
Yeah.
You're talking probably around like 25, between 25 and like 35% are actual zero clicks.
Exactly.
Not 65%.
Exactly. So in their initial graph of Google search CTRs, zero clicks came in at 25.6%. Google keyword changes at 17.9. Google clicks, that's the SERP features, just under 10%. Paid clicks, and this was interesting. They did the same thing on desktop and mobile. Mobile's click on paid clicks, the percentage of that
I saw that
was 0.02%.
Yeah.
Holy
you scroll
crap.
right past it.
That's rough.
You scroll right past it. You're on mobile and you're just scrolling. They talk about it in the analysis section also, like how the scrolling effect, how easy it is to scroll past results, impacted various parts of their metrics. Have a look at the analysis part of it.
Yeah. That was jaw-dropping to me. It really was, for the sheer fact that
there's a lot of good nuggets in this study outside of the zero click itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this deserves a scrum, to be honest with you, and bring a couple other people that are part of this study who want to jump in.
Bring Marcus on.
Absolutely. I think unpacking this, I mean, just debunking huge stats that we were under, or the perspective that we were under, that everybody was losing ground with all of these featured snippets, because we've had shows discussing curation of Google and what it's actually pulling from our sites, and that we're losing organic traffic. Well, the fact of the matter is that the digital consumer, the search consumer, is expecting more, has more knowledge of all the different areas of Google and how Google is providing that information. They're not doing what we thought they were doing 10 years ago, obviously. They're changing. The MUM environment is right. I mean, you can almost see the MUM horizon on the horizon here. We're going to have so many other parameters to be able to navigate from. Google's going to provide us images and video inside the SERP. Nothing's going to be the same here, and we will never be able to calculate loss of organic at all. We're not in that space anymore. There's so many different parameters that are inside of Google. Just pays to be able to be inside of all those, right?
Yeah, there's different pathways to getting to your result. I think one of the other themes of this study to me was the absolute massive level of query refinement that's going on.
Right, exactly.
And so you're thinking, okay, I'll rank for this keyword, but people are bypassing a lot of the websites and they're refining instead, because Google has so many refinement options on the SERP, and they get to your site through the refinement option.
Which matches their query even more, because they're jumping
right.
in
Because
logic.
Google knows you search top level, but you really mean something more specific.
Absolutely. So it's a non-issue. It really is. You can certainly argue that you should be cited more inside the Google SERP, right? But if they're curating content, but at the same time, if it's useful for the user transaction to be able to make a decision to get further towards a useful website, you know?
Yeah, totally. It's not a. Also, look, and they talk about this in the study itself. It's kind of the point we mentioned before. Certain kinds of pieces of information are not meant for websites anymore. And it's not Google, by the way. I get all sorts of notifications on my phone all the time. It's the same thing. I don't go to the website anymore. I just get the notification. But is that bad? It's just the way the information is being transmitted these days.
Exactly. All right. So excellent study. Go check it out. We're not doing it nearly as much service. Go look at the analysis that they've got. There's some great takeaways. They do sum up the entire experience of how we're evolving right now, especially in the last 5 years, Morty. There's been so much from an intuitive design. It's almost like whenever you watch your kids that they're working the iOS or the Droid, and you can see how intuitive the UX is, right?
So in my little kids, so intuitive.
Oh my gosh, they're naturally oriented to be able to find that, and kudos for the UX designers to be able to create something like that where we had to stumble across it. We're seeing a whole nother split off of cognition that's tied to not only digital but also medium that's promoted through the digital platform. Anyway, point being, go check out the article, and don't worry so much about zero clicks. Worry about getting your medium there in different spaces where that user's going to move to next because they already got the answer. All right. So a number of answers from Barry over at Search Engine Roundtable. We're going to do some quick rounds of some of the stories here because I always want to make sure we give him a hat tip. The guy's got some fantastic content out there. Link number one, story number one, keywords in local reviews do not impact Google local rankings, a study actually says. Now check this out. We've always heard that getting keywords, getting people talking about subject matter inside the reviews is part of optimization. Well, a new study from Sterling Sky, that's Joy Hawkins' company over there, shows that putting keywords in local reviews on business listings does not help improve the local listings ranking in Google search. The study said doesn't improve rankings whatsoever. In short, the study puts reviews with keyword phrases, fresh cut Christmas trees and Christmas trees in the reviews. And in there was no rank improvement after the reviews were added. In fact, the results got worse for some of the keywords. Joy shared some charts that actually tracked the two keyword phrases, which shows that rankings did not improve. Specifically, for the first keyword phrase, the rankings actually got worse, whereas in the second instance, rankings stayed relatively the same. So check out the charts, the pretty Christmas tree charts over there. Oh, they're not Christmas trees. They're just little locals. But check it out because literally, if this studies, I don't have any data on the study except for what Barry's talking about here, but that pivots me because I've heard optimization truly is at the review content level as well. Morty, any thoughts? Makes
sense to me. Makes sense to me because let's say you're taking you're reviewing a restaurant, and you might say, "Great place, it was awesome."
Mm-hmm.
You very well may not use any keywords that describe the place. So that, like, what Google's going to go based on keywords. Like, why does that make sense?
It's more of like an embellishment. If those keywords are there, right, then it may actually lean to a particular direction.
But it's like that's not how people naturally write. This was a wonderful local locksmith near me. I would love to recommend this local locksmith near me for their locksmith services.
Locksmith.
Near me.
Locksmith.
Near me.
All right. Hey, another article real quick. Google showing on-time delivery and order accuracy estimates in search ads. Now, this is actually interesting. This was a spooky one that came out October 31st today. Google's showing the on-time delivery percentages and order accuracy percentages in some of the Google ad search listings. This should not come as a surprise, says Barry, because Google Merchant Center has been offering e-commerce sites to pass along that data to them for some time now. So estimated, this was all inside the merchant environment where shipping could actually be seen in the software. This is spotted by ads by Brian Frieselblin, who noticed that on a sponsored Google search ad listing, and he actually posted about it on Twitter, a couple screenshots here, on-time delivery, 95%. I tell you what, that is scarier. Well, this is Amazon, obviously. That's scarier than all get out. That piping of information from a competitive standpoint, that's all coming from Google Shopping, right? That's the only place that data is actually coming through. So that's just a huge play to actually get into the Google Shopping Network if you're not there, because you're going to see your competitors there having these on-time deliveries, and you're going to be null. You're going to have zero visibility on that. If the consumer gets trained on estimated time and on-time deliveries from that platform, boy, what a push from Google to actually get, hey, you might want to try giving us a little bit of your percentage of transaction, right?
Also would really like speak poorly to your SEO, because to be eligible for Google Merchant Center or Google Shopping, you just need to have product structure data on the page now.
But
So
even
you don't have
but order accuracy inside of your structured data is not going to be there. It's going to be through the transaction itself, right?
Right, but I'm saying, but in order to be there, you need to have structured data. So if you're saying, oh, you make sure you're there, well, you should already automatically be there, because on your product page, you should have structured data markup.
Yes, absolutely. Wow. Okay.
Right.
I saw
Now, yeah, see? Now imagine you paid a lot of money for an ad, and you're like spending tons of money on it.
Yep.
Whatever, I don't know, millions of dollars, and you show up number one, but then it says your shipping time sucks.
There needs to be an in-office meeting here real quick. Let's call a few of the departments together. All right. Last article from Barry from the Google. Human written content, you're going to love this, Morty, doesn't necessarily make the content useful or helpful.
I heard this from somebody.
I think that was a John Mueller.
It was an article by someone with like Clay or something, whatever. I saw this from 2023, right?
Oh, stop. We moved on.
Yeah, you're still good for now.
It's still good.
You got 2 months left.
Okay. All right.
So John Mueller said on Twitter that just because a piece of content is written by a human, it does not make that content necessarily hateful or good content. Having a human write content won't guarantee the content ranks well in Google's search. I mean, do you have to actually say that?
Is that John's way of saying most people are stupid idiots?
Pretty much.
All right. That's how I took it.
He says,
I mean, I didn't take it that way at all.
I guess he's just saying it kind of sucks to suck, right?
But
just because it's written by a human doesn't make it helpful. And my gosh, we actually have to say that to ourselves in 2022, almost 2023.
I clearly, John's saying it. All the giants of the industry are saying it. Bruce.
Yeah, I see
all the giants.
I see what you're saying. On behalf of Edge, Bruce, we're sorry. It's like Morty comes in here and sprays graffiti on the wall.
I got nothing. I got no beef. I'm calling a spade. Like these articles, and it's not just him. If you are from one of the SEO news site publishers, I get what you're doing, and I respect the hell out of you. You're making a lot of money on this stuff. I get it. You're bringing in keywords. I get what you're doing, and I get that most of your audience is not me. Meaning my user intent or persona.
It was a spooky article, Morty.
It
was Halloween based.
But
Morty probably hands out bananas
who know
to his
what you're
trick-or-treaters.
doing and would like to see better content on the websites.
So it's a better content.
That's
whenever
all I'm saying.
You hand
it's
out...
not. I take it all back. I'm not upset at Bruce.
I'm
upset at these websites who spin this stuff up and are asking Bruce to write something like this.
Oh, so you're
that's who I take issue with.
You're angry at searching.
Boy, am I digging my own grave today.
Why don't you take a swing at everybody, man?
Morty's gonna be an SEO zombie for Halloween.
I'm not taking a
not
swing.
Even a costume.
I'm not taking a swing. I'm just making a statement. I wish sometimes the content was better. You don't?
Oh, yeah, but on Halloween, I want the candy. I don't want the apples and the bananas and the muffins handed out by the good old lady down the street.
I want the drugs in the candy.
Okay, moving on. What's happening with SEO chat this week?
You just called SEO trash?
God, I'm done. Jacob, who's on SEO chat?
I'm starting a new chat, you guys. It's called SEO trash. And it's
Freudian, man.
It's just going to be ideas that we can only use for the rest of 2022.
We can talk about all the articles.
It's a giant dumpster fire at this point in time. Who's on SEO chat this week? Jacob. I'm not even giving him time anymore. He abused himself. All right, look at that.
Mark Williams Cook.
Fantastic. We like him.
But Morty's going to have to tell us what he's talking about.
Okay,
Morty. I don't have that info.
We love Mark Williams. He's like one of the giants of the industry in a good way. I mean, legitimately. He's also very tall, too.
I kind of want to understand what's going on with his, look at this. Right here. You see that?
He's got a cool thing going on
Wait,
there.
what
Yeah, in
is
the Twitter
that?
profile.
What is that?
I don't know. Check it. I think it's the bubbles going up. It means it's the scuba
Oh,
diving.
yeah, that's cool.
Anyway,
Founder
we're
of
talking.
Also Asked, by the way. Fantastic platform.
Yes, great tool.
Great
tool.
We're
Also
going to be
runs
talking
the
to him very soon.
Also runs Candor, the agency out of the UK, and their podcast. Wonderful people, and he's got a great staff over there. Jack Chambers Ward, great person. I'll read the tweet. This week on SEO Chat, the great Mark Williams Cook chooses violence. I'm quoting him from his email of what he wants to cover. Subdomains versus subfolders. CTR is a ranking factor. Can disavow help ranking with no manual penalty? Is negative SEO a thing? And this is me coming back. Ding, ding, ding. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday.
So what you're saying is we're wrapping up our Halloween edition of Edge with
a good old street fight.
Negative SEO on SEO Chat. Let's just keep it over to the SEO trash, please.
Bring your brass knuckles.
Dang. All right.
I'm not actually advocating violence. Please come. He's bringing up controversial topics. I think I'm hoping the SEO community can handle having a conversation about this without verbally abusing each other.
I hope so.
If not, I will just cancel SEO Chat if we can't.
I don't know. We got to jump in there in this one, Jacob.
All right.
Yeah. We're there.
Who's we?
Yeah,
Jacob shows up every once in a while.
We're bringing our baseball bats. We're Sharks and the Jets. Let's go.
Yep.
I was about to make a West Side Story reference, but you beat me to it.
Oh, I'll go more Walking Dead. How about that?
All right.
Yeah, sure, if you have to.
All right. So check
What a
out
show.
hashtag SEO Chat Thursdays, 1 p.m. Eastern, each and every Thursday, unless it's not there.
Right. Most Thursdays, like the vast majority.
Yeah, they're always there, even if Morty's not, right?
I am not always there. The wonderful Nicole Ponce from Semrush also helps me run it. So sometimes she's there.
Absolutely. And we're always there when you're not. Did you notice that?
That's not true at all. I watch what goes on. You don't show up ever.
I'm there in spirit. I'm bringing it
Trying
to the
to
masses.
fool me.
Right
Oh,
here.
yeah, I'm there when you're not there. No, you're not.
All right. Speaking of spirits, let's call it. This thing's dead. Thank you for listening, everybody, for this episode of Edge of the Web. Hope you had a fantastic Halloween, and I want to make sure that you check out who's on deck for this week's show. We've got our Crystal Carter interview
fun.
this week. She's had a blast. We talked about visual search.
I love her podcast, the Surf's Up podcast, over at wix.com/SEO/learn. Surf's Up.
Twice on
The
the show.
beginning of the show and the end of the show.
Yep.
No one's listening at this point.
Also true.
I can say what I want.
You're my favorite people, the one that listen to the end of this thing, because it just turns into a dumpster fire more and more. Have you noticed that, guys?
Hashtag SEO trash.
All right. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel whenever you can see this in this fantastic glory. From all of us over at Edge, why don't you give us a rating? Not on this show, please. Something else.
No.
Just not this
No,
show.
don't ask this time. Don't ask for this show. Please listen again.
We promise it will be better.
we beg you.
Come back, really. We're sorry. All right, from all of us over at Edge, be safe, be well, and do not be a piece of cyber driftwood. We'll talk to you next week.